You're watching KLTX, Channel 15, serving the city of Lufkin.
Well, good evening and welcome to the 99th Annual Chamber Banquet. We are so excited that you are here, and we are honored to have so many sponsors with us tonight. Would you please help me thank Premier Kia for being our presenting sponsor tonight. My name is Tara Watson-Watkins, and I'm President and CEO of the Lufkin Angelina County Chamber of Commerce, and we are delighted to have a great turnout. We are sold out tonight, so that's always good. We hope that you enjoyed the reception earlier tonight. Would you please help me thank Jean Lee with Lee Trans Services? Thank you, Mr. Jean, for always supporting the Chamber of Commerce and for hosting our reception tonight. We would love to thank all of our sponsors, and if you would hold your round of applause until the end. Again, our presenting sponsor is Kia, Premier Kia. Our gold sponsor, CHI St. Luke's Health Memorial and Lockheed Martin. Silver sponsor, Southside Bank and Vera Bank, formerly known as Citizens National Bank. Our reception sponsor, Lee Trans. Our media sponsor, KTRE Channel 9. And we also have two partners in trade tonight, and we'd like to thank them as well for Sound Tech and Liza's Garden. Would you please help me thank all of our sponsors? We could not pull off an evening like this without so many volunteers. Our chamber diplomats spent hours and hours up here yesterday helping set the table and helping make sure that everything was just in place for this evening. These women and men worked tirelessly behind the scenes for the chamber, and we appreciate their time and energy that they spend with us on a weekly basis. We also want to thank Josh Gentry and Sid Mullen with the City of Lufkin and Channel 15 for all of their amazing work that they did on the videos that you'll be able to see later on this evening. Please help me thank them. As we step into a new year, I have a new mantra, and I'm really excited to see what this year brings us. The Chamber is going to be a connector of leaders and influencers, a catalyst for business growth, and a champion for a stronger community. And you will hear that at every single thing that we do throughout the year. We will remain focused on our vision and our mission to advance, to advocate, to improve the economic prosperity and the business environment in our community. We will strive to remain a leader in the business and the community development through collaboration and innovation. One of the first things that we're going to be changing this year is we're changing the way that things are said. You have always been called a member, and tonight you are called an investor, because we truly believe that if you invest in something and you give your time, your talent, and your money to something, that you should get something out of it. And so we're going to make sure that as an investor, you believe that the Chamber is giving something valuable back to your business. We want to make sure that we as an organization are giving our time and investing in you, and that you in turn feel like that your investment is worth it. We're going to make a greater effort to invest in our supporters and make sure that their employees are taken care of. And at the core of the Chamber is the commitment to ensuring that the current and future generations have career opportunities in our region by enhancing the quality and the quantity of talent in the Lufkin and Angelina County area. We're dedicated to providing programs and services to preserve and attract quality talent into our region and to ensure that our members retain high competitive rates and aim to support the talent needs of our businesses. We will continue to work with our school districts, Angelina College and the Angelina Nacogdoches Manufacturing Council to train our workforce so that they will want to stay right here in Angelina County and give back as tax-paying citizens. We, as the Chamber and the Economic Development Partnership, will continue to work side by side with the city, the county, and the 4B to make sure that we are bringing in and growing businesses in our community. We do know that small businesses are the backbone of our chamber investors, and we're so pleased to offer new leadership development classes and new Chamber University series, where we will be bringing in key industry leaders and speakers to help give you updated information and insight on how to strengthen your business. With over 900 investors in the Lufkin Angelina County Chamber of Commerce, we know that we're going to be busy. But we are excited for what 2019 holds, and we are excited to be able to work with you to not only grow Lufkin and Angelina County, but to be able to make sure that your businesses are growing and thriving in the right direction. There are just a few of my goals for 2019, and I can't wait to get started. As I mentioned before, there is a key group of men and women who help make our lives at the Chamber just a little bit easier, our diplomats. They're a vital group of volunteers for the Chamber. They attend many weekly events, and at this point, we have over 40 men and women who are volunteering weekly. Each year, we recognize individual diplomats based on points awarded for attendance for many of our events, with special recognition as a Chamber All-Star for garnering at 125 points or more throughout the year. Tonight, we have 11 diplomats that we would like to recognize as Chamber All-Stars, and we would also like to name our Diplomat of the Year. Please stand when I call your name so that we can recognize you, and if you'll hold your applause until the end. Bonnie Dowdy with Music World. Jennifer LaCourte, Angelina Beautiful Clean. Kendall Beatty with A-Belts Gaslight Pharmacy. Lisa Crow with Timber Country Real Estate. Michelle Briley, Commercial Bank of Texas. Ray Ann Baker with Texas State Bank. Selena Mitchell, Farmers Insurance. Veronica Luce, Crown Colony Country Club. Crystal Williams with McWilliams & Son Heating and Air Conditioning. Brianna Murphy with CHI St. Luke's Health Memorial. And Rebecca Dilday with Hospice in the Pines. Would you help me congratulate all of these women? Thank you for all of your hard work. Our recipient for the 12th Diplomat of the Year has spent dedicated and countless hours to the Diplomats team. Please help me congratulate your 2018 Diplomat of the Year, Michelle Briley with Commercial Bank of Texas. Congratulations, Michelle. At this time, I would like to ask Mark Newton, pastor at First Baptist Church, to come and give our invocation.
Would you join me as we pray together? Let us pray. O most gracious, loving God, we come before you tonight with gratitude, thanksgiving, and joy. Our hearts and our lives are full as we reflect upon the rich blessings you have bestowed upon us this past year and even this very day. We're most thankful for families, for our friends, for our community. Oh, how blessed we are to do life in Lufkin, Texas. We love Lufkin. And we pause to thank you for the blessings we experience in our community. You have blessed our industries and businesses. You have blessed our civic clubs, our churches, and yes, our chamber. Oh God, we are a blessed people. And yet, even as we count our blessings, we are ever mindful of those around us who are hurting, who are hungry, and who are homeless. Grant us wisdom and understanding as we commit to meet the needs of those in our very community. And now for the food provided and prepared, use it to strengthen us even as we share wonderful fellowship around the meal tables tonight. We love Lufkin, and we love you, our Lord. in whose name we pray. Amen.
If you'll bear with me just a minute, we have a number of dignitaries that we would like to recognize this evening. We're fortunate to have state and national elected officials here and their representatives tonight, and we would ask them to stand so that we can give them a round of applause. State Representative Trent Ashby. I know, Trent, you're here. Hi, Trent. Mayor Bob Brown. Hello, Mayor. Melinda Carty, representing U.S. Congressman Louis Gohmert's office. And also Don Glover, representing Senator Robert Nichols' office. Thank y'all so much for coming. We'd also like to ask all of our city, county, and school officials that are with us tonight to stand and be recognized so that we can salute you. And there are lots of them here, so welcome. Thank you for coming. Several of our neighbors from Nacogdoches Chamber of Commerce are also with us tonight, and we want to give you a warm welcome, and we welcome you to Lufkin, and we're honored to have you with us tonight. Thank you for coming over. This past year would not have been possible without absolutely incredible leadership. And I want to thank the entire board, the numerous committee chairs, and the hundreds of volunteers who helped make it all possible. With the 2018 Chamber Board of Directors, please stand so that we can properly thank you for your time and effort that you gave this year. We do have several board members that are retiring and are getting off the board, and so we would like to properly thank you as well. Randy George Jr. with William George, Doug Curvin with Greenway Carriers, Melissa Huggins with MyMD Select, Kyle Swift with Woodland Heights Medical Center, and Cody Jenkins with Southside Bank. Thank you so much for giving your time. I know Cody has served on the board for years, and he's going to enjoy having a little bit of extra free time back. There's another special group that I could not do day to day in without, and that is my incredible staff. They are powerhouses, and I'm so proud to work side by side with them on a daily basis. Please help me thank our Director of Membership, Stacy Hodges. Our business manager, Jill Roberson. Events and engagement manager, Tara Hendricks, and Tara did an incredible job on the chamber banquet. Tara, thank you for all your hard work. Our marketing manager, Nicole Roberts. Our recruiter, Donna Parrish. And our administrative assistant, Megan Wagner. I love getting to work with all of these women, and it's a lot of fun. It's a little crazy having an office all full of women. So guys, come by, because sometimes there's too much of us. But we have a really good time. I mentioned that we had incredible leadership this past year, and that brings me to our 2018 Chairman of the Board, Jeff Todd. Jeff is the Vice President for the Advanced Financial Group and is a 1994 graduate of Lufkin High School. He earned his Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Texas at Austin in 2000. Jeff is past President of the Lufkin Host Lions Club, past Chairman of the Z&OO Railroad Board. He currently serves on the Board of Hospice in the Pines, the Lufkin High School Alumni Association Board of Directors, the Lufkin 4B Economic Development Corporation, and the Lufkin Angelina County Economic Development Partnership. Jeff is the 2015 recipient of the prestigious Jack O. Butch McMullen Silver Spike Award presented by the Leadership Lufkin alumni. And he's married to Catherine, and they have two boys, Miller and Hollis. Sit back and listen to what his friends and colleagues have to say about him.
Well, I've known Jeff for a number of years, working through different organizations and also being in the same business, the insurance industry. You know, Jeff's a committed father to his two boys and to his wife, Catherine. I've seen him many times out on the golf course, playing golf together. That just shows his involvement with his boys. I have a feeling that they're going to be a better golfer than he is when they reach high school. Maybe, hopefully for Jeff, they'll get a scholarship to his, University of Texas.
I'd say he's balanced. Jeff devotes a lot of time and effort into a job that he loves, a community that he lives in. I have served and had the pleasure of serving on a lot of boards with Jeff over the years, and he always gives 110% no matter what he does. One of the things I really appreciate about him is that he doesn't only show his efforts through attendance, but leadership. I mean, he takes on a leader role in every organization that he gets into. You know, I can list numerous boards that he's been on with me and without me, whether it be hospice, the rodeo, Chamber of Commerce, the Lions Club, on and on and on. But what I really wanted to highlight is that he's a terrific family man. Jeff, there's very rarely a time that I can drive down the road. He lives right down the road from me, and I'll see either him or Catherine or both of them out in the yard playing with Hollis and Miller, and he just is always active with them. Even when all the other guys are out on the golf course and playing golf, you'll see Jeff out there with his kids playing golf. So just a tremendous family man, and just really enjoy working with him.
I've known Jeff a very long time, but I am really getting to know him on a professional level this year. You know, I think Jeff Todd is one of the most honest men that I've ever known in my life. His integrity stands far above the rest. And what I love about Jeff is that he is always there with a cheerful spirit. He's got a great attitude no matter what's going on in the world or in his life. And I just appreciate that so much about him.
Jeff Todd is fun, energetic. He is a leader in our community. He is an amazing person to be around and to work with.
I can still picture Jeff's face whenever Jim Johnson walked into our board meeting and made the announcement that he was going to resign and moving away. Jeff was already had his hands full between all the boards that he was on, his mother's health issues, being the family man that he is, and just all the organizations that he's in. So now, surprise, he gets to be the CEO of the Chamber for a period of time. He did a great job bringing in an interim as far as Jane Ainsworth, and then of course through his efforts and the search committee, they were able to bring you in as our new CEO and really close out the year really strong. Super proud of all the efforts that Jeff had, and he made it through a really tough transitional year, and we got a bright future for Angelina County.
2018, I think, will probably go down as one of the hardest years of Jeff's life, losing his mom and going through all of her health struggles. But what I admire and respect so much about Jeff is that even though that was going on in part of his life, he still maintained a professional spirit. He was always there for the Chamber staff. I know that I came on board in July, and he was always a phone call away. He was always stopping by the office or shooting me a text saying, "Do you need anything? Is there anything I can help you with?" And I know that looking back and talking to my staff now, that he was such an integral part of keeping the Chamber running smoothly, along with all of the help that we had from Jane Ainsworth and from our other board members. But Jeff was a key and instrumental part of that.
Jeff and I are in the same business industry, insurance industry, and he, his father, and myself, we drove to Houston. This has been a couple of years ago to meet with an insurance company that we both represented. We were in meetings all day long. We got through about 4 o'clock. You know, we were ready to get home. Of course, the traffic in Houston, and we walked outside. It's mid-July and it's 95 degrees, and the tire was flat on Jim's car. Jim supervised, but Jeff and I, it took us an hour to change the tire on the car. Had to read the manual a couple of times, but we finally got it done. And we got it done. Both of us need to stay in the insurance business because neither one of us are mechanically inclined. That just goes to the testament of Jeff, and just a super guy and what all he's done for us. And I've really enjoyed working with him through the Chamber. I know he's the outgoing chairman, but he's got to stay around and help me through this year.
Jeff truly cares about the community, the people that he serves, the people that he works with, the staff at the Chamber. While Jeff is no longer the chairman of our board, he's not going far. We're not letting him go far.
Jeff's been very involved in the community. You know, I don't know what all boards he's served on, but I know he's been past president of the Lions Club, Hospice in the Pines. He's the announcer for the Lufkin Panther game. Just involvement to no end, and also from the chamber standpoint that I've worked with him for the last couple of years. He's just a great guy. What can you say about him? Good friend, good father, good husband.
Unfortunately, Jeff could not be with us tonight. As you know, this past year has been very difficult on Jeff personally with the loss of his mother. And this past Friday night, his wife, Catherine's grandmother, passed away. And the next morning, his dad fell and broke his leg with the bone coming through the leg. Yeah, so if you know Jim and you know Jeff, give them a call because Jim is now living with Jeff and Catherine. Yeah. However, the funeral for the grandmother is tomorrow morning in Tulsa, and so I talked to him late this afternoon, and he said to please give you all his love and his best wishes, and he was so sorry that he could not be here tonight. And as I told him, family always comes first. So we wish him well, and we thank him for his entire service, and we'll be glad to give him his beautiful rocker as he comes back home. So would you help me thank Jeff? We are so excited to begin our 100th anniversary as an organization under the leadership of Terry Morgan with Morgan Insurance. Terry was born right here in Lufkin, and as a proud graduate of Lufkin High School, he attended Fort Lewis College and graduated with a BA in Business Administration. Upon graduation, he came back to Lufkin and joined his dad at Morgan Insurance, where he is now the president. He is the past chairman of the Tall Timbers District of Boy Scouts of America, and he's also an Eagle Scout. He's the past president of the Lufkin JCs, the Lufkin Host Lions Club, the St. Cyprian's Episcopal School, and a past board member of CHI Health Memorial. Currently, he serves on the board of the Christian Men's Job Corps. He's a graduate of Leadership Lufkin and is married to Susan, and they have two beautiful children who are both with us tonight, and Sarah and Scott. And Sarah, I know he's so excited to have you back home and to join him in the industry. And Scott, it's a delight to have you home from A&M. Welcome home for the weekend. He's also getting to duck hunt this weekend, so he's a little excited. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me welcome our 2019 Chairman of the Board, Terry Morgan.
Thank you, Tara. Carl Ray, I promise I'm going to make it short. So you can get home and get to bed, right? I'm honored to be the chairman for the 2019 year, and I'm excited to be a part of the Chamber's 100th anniversary. I would like to introduce the executive board and ask them to stand. Brian Sear, chair-elect. Melinda Moore, treasurer. Jackie Zimmerman, secretary. Will Alvis, David Flowers, Scott Slusher, Roger Lindsay, vice chairman. And then, of course, Jeff Todd, the past chairman. Let's give him a round of applause. Since we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Chamber, I would like to mention some families and businesses that have helped lay the groundwork for our community today, including some of the businesses operating in the 1900s. Did a little research, and I really found some things interesting. Now, I do want to say, if I say something wrong, we can blame it on fake news. The 1920 census for Angelina County listed a population of 22,287 people. This also included 18,000 cattle, 3,300 horses, 32,000 hogs, 4,500 sheep, and 50,000 chickens. Now our latest census shows a population of 88,000 people, not including the number of animals. Early in the 1900s, two businessmen in Lufkin ran a phone line between their houses, which led to the start of the Lufkin-Conroe Telephone Exchange, now known as Consolidated Communications. Fast forward to today, and what do we all have? One of these that we call, text, and email on. I sometimes wonder whether that's a good thing or not. In the early 1900s, most of the economy was based upon logging and farming. However, over time, this evolved into a strong manufacturing base. About this time, the Temple family started a sawmill in Diboll. All this business is now known as Georgia Pacific. The TLL Temple Foundation, started by the Temple family, has invested millions of dollars in this area to improve our quality of life. When you think of founding families who have started businesses in Lufkin, the Hendersons, Kurth, and Wieners always come to mind. Their foresight started businesses such as Lufkin Industries, the paper mill, Angelina Natchez River Railroad, and well as several banks. In 1886, J.S. Moore started clearing right-of-ways for the railroad companies. Today, the business is better known as Moore Brothers Construction, a fourth and fifth generation business. Woodland Heights Hospital, founded as Angelina County Hospital in 1919. The Lufkin Daily News in 1906. Brookshire Brothers Grocery started in the 20s and is still with us today and a vital part of our community. Lufkin Coca-Cola started in 1905, and the Haney family is now their fourth generation of leadership. Down south in Corrigan, we have the Citizen State Bank owned by Don Riley and his family, who are celebrating their 100th anniversary. Atkinson Candy was founded in 1932 by Eric, his grandfather, and now a third and fourth generation business. Taylor Brothers, William George Produce, Abney and Sons Hardware, Bartlett Bag and Shands, Swain and Baldwin Insurance, and the Duncan family, now third and fourth generation owners. My own business, Morgan Insurance, was started in 1962 by my dad, and now my daughter, Sarah, works alongside me. My great-grandfather, Ralph Chancey Sr., was the police chief in Lufkin in the early 30s, and his family owned a saloon in Lufkin. I could go on, and I'm sure I've missed some. The Chamber, which was established in 1919, had a lengthy mission statement. But I would like to mention the last part, which said, the promotion and development of commerce, industry, education, social life, and the other interests of this city, county, and trade interest. Today, the mission statement is to advocate to improve the economic prosperity and the business environment in our community. Nothing has changed much in the last 100 years when we talk about that. A couple of the Chamber's incentives in 1919 included paved streets and the purchase of a sewer system. Throughout the years, the Chamber has been involved in several milestones, such as creating the community chest, which is now part of the United Way, organizing the youth fair, which has raised over $3.5 million, helping to create a task force to research the need for a community college, now known as Angelina College, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary, hosting the first Chamber banquet where we sit today with Paul Harvey as the speaker, spearheading the committee to fund the George H. Henderson Expo Center, which opened in 1983, and started the Leadership Lufkin and Leadership Tomorrow program, which has been hugely successful, and many more endeavors. I look forward in my role in working with Tara, the Chamber staff, the board, the Economic Development Partnership, and the businesses that make this community a great place to live and work. We look forward in our community to a bright future. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce and welcome to the stage Trey Henderson, Chairman of the Board of the Piney Woods Foundation, to present the 2018 Golden Anvil Award. Trey?
Thank you, Terry. Call Ray the over-under on that. I lost big. I never thought he was going to go that long. Very nice, Terry Bob. Very nice. The Golden Anvil recognizes a person or group that has, over the past year, made a tremendous impact on our community. It is my honor tonight to present this award to a very deserving and ambitious man whom the Piney Woods Foundation admires for his tenacity and deep devotion to improving lives in our community. Please watch this video with me. It all started with one man who saw a need and decided to not only solve that need, but also establish an organization to help Lufkin residents for years to come. In 2015, our recipient was told of a couple that could no longer live in their home because it had been severely damaged by a fallen tree. The couple was living separately in the homes of family members. They had no means to repair their home. Seeing those struggles, our recipient decided it was time to help.
He's very selfless. Will do anything for anyone. Everyone has a story to tell, especially residents in North Lufkin, and he's there to listen.
That one home repair started a journey that not only brought the couple back to their home, but now has residents and businesses throughout Lufkin working together to help families in Wards 1 and 2 in North Lufkin repair their homes and improve their living conditions. Our recipient's mother was the driving force in his desire to help people. She told him she hoped he would major in something that will be in the line of helping people. He earned his bachelor's and master's degree in psychology from North Texas State and his PhD from the University of Texas. Our recipient first came to Lufkin in the mid-1960s to work at the Lufkin State School. After a couple of years, he moved to Austin to work at the Travis State School. He returned to Lufkin in 1974 to become the founding executive director of the Burke Center. The years he spent helping and changing the lives of so many with mental health and mental retardation issues seems only to have further fueled his passion to help others and improve his community. So in his retirement, Dr. Wayne Lawrence has taken up a new mission, helping families improve their living conditions and their lives through repairs of their homes. And it all started when he asked his church, First United Methodist Church of Lufkin, to fund the repairs on the home damaged by the fallen tree. The church paid for a contractor to make the repairs, but the view from the home opened Wayne's eyes to the greater need throughout the 2 Lufkin wards. Wayne began working to create a nonprofit that would bring together financial donors and volunteers to rebuild and repair homes for the residents of Wards 1 and 2 in Lufkin.
I think he's a nice person and knowledgeable. I think Dr. Lawrence is great. I met him at Neighborhood Strong and when I was going to those meetings up there.
The Board of Directors had its organizational meeting in June of 2016 for Neighborhood Strong. Neighborhood Strong, its name says it all, striving to rebuild our neighborhood great. Wayne has created an organization that works in a coordinated revitalization effort by partnering with local foundations, charities, and corporations, as well as the city, state, and federal agencies to assist homeowners in the target area to enhance and/or renovate their property.
He doesn't get paid at all to be executive director. This is purely volunteer based, and he always it's in the budget to pay him, but I think he'd rather that money stay in North Lufkin, and I can't even get him to submit expense receipts to me so I can give him his money back that he's brought out of his own pocket.
Neighborhood Strong is committed to the empowerment of people with a goal of self-sufficiency.
I was really glad when it started raining. Because I could just see that thing. I said, Kenneth, I said, Dr. Walker, if this thing falls in on me, I said, I guess I'll have to go to a nursing home.
Cheryl and Kenneth Campbell, who brought the first home to Wayne's attention, continue to work with Wayne. In 2017, Neighborhood Strong completed $81,000 in repairs to 12 homes. And in 2018, more than $200,000 in repairs were completed to 22 homes.
Neighborhood Strong put a roof on the house. They put doors on the house, and Dr. Lawrence went himself and got that storm door and had it put in here. And they put a closet around the hot water heater and put a back door back there, front porch, and they leveled the house and put air conditioning in my room.
There are 2 homes currently being repaired, and so far they have approved 5 homes for repairs in 2019. Dr. Wayne Lawrence's devotion to help people is not only improving the living conditions and lives of many in North Lufkin. His efforts are bringing our entire community together to work for a common cause. We all benefit from the work Wayne and Neighborhood Strong are doing, no matter where in Lufkin you live.
We love him. We love him very much. And he come by ever so often now and check to see how I'm doing and everything, and how everything is holding up.
So tonight, for his foresight and continuous efforts to develop an organization that will for years to come help residents lift themselves up, live better lives, and in turn improve our entire community, we present the Golden Anvil Award to Dr. Wayne Lawrence.
Well, this is a distinct surprise. I had no idea. I do want to thank everybody involved in Neighborhood Strong. It's been a true mission of all of us. As Trey said, Kenneth and Cheryl Campbell have been so involved from day one, and our entire board of directors, our volunteers, and most of all, homeowners, as you saw a couple of them there. Thanks to everyone for all your support. Many of you have contributed to this organization, and we deeply appreciate that. So thanks very much.
Congratulations and well deserved. I would now like to welcome Van Watson, the Southeast Texas Market President for Southside Bank, as he presents the 2018 Angelina Award. Van.
Good evening. Tonight, we are honoring a group that over the course of 30 years has always been able to get us up on our feet and dancing to the beat of their tunes. Please join me as we watch the video.
It all started in the early 1980s when a group at the Lufkin Police Department began discussing their love of music and their desire to just get together and play. By the mid-1980s, several officers and LPD staff were holding regular jam sessions, just playing for their own relaxation. Some would want to come and listen, others wanted to sing. At first they played in the break room at the police station, but they outgrew the space. They began using the Rock House at Chambers Park. The music became weekly stress relief sessions. However, their days of just playing as a form of relaxation changed when the wife of one of the officers heard of a Lufkin girl battling cancer and in need of a fundraiser to help with medical treatment. On June the 20th, 1987, the musicians from the Lufkin Police Department played their first ever concert, a benefit for Donna Bennett at Ellen Trout Park. They played for a small crowd of about 25 to raise funds for her treatment. Soon after the concert, the group decided to form an official band and volunteer their musical talents by playing concerts to help raise funds for deserving organizations. They also began working on a name for the band, since the name The Police was already taken by another band. They began tossing around other ideas. Trying many names that had to do with police and crime, they finally landed on Crime Stoppers. While it was taken, they thought using the name could help the Lufkin Crime Stoppers organization. The band asked for the use of the Crime Stoppers name, and in return, during events, they would ask for donations for the Crime Stoppers program. The deal was struck, and the two groups have made Crime Stoppers a household name for more than 30 years.
Okay, we're the Crime Stoppers band for the Lufkin Police Department. If you have information about a crime, give Crime Stoppers a call at 639-TIPS. All calls are confidential. You do not have to give your name. Crime Stoppers pay cash rewards for information that leads to the arrest and grand jury indictment of persons involved in felony crime.
The band's just an integral part of what we do in community relations, and really unintentionally so. These guys are out there doing what they love to do, but they've become such a part of what we are and what we do that the Crime Stoppers band is synonymous with Crime Stoppers in East Texas.
The Crime Stoppers program has purchased several items for the band, including sound equipment.
We're not very flashy. We won't get up there and dance around the stage or jump around or anything along that lines. We're kind of laid back.
In those first years, Keith Lewing, Kevin Mobley, Alton Linderman, and Greg Denman made up the core of the band. Others joined and dropped through the years, with the band growing up to 13 members at one point. Today, Kevin, Keith, Alton, and Greg are still making great music together, along with the fifth and newest band member, Randy Stallard, who came on board 20 years ago when he joined the police force. Each member provides vocals, each bringing his own style and genre to the mix. In the early years, the band performed around 60 shows a year. In 1991, the group recorded its first album, and in 1997 recorded a second album. Proceeds from the sales of the CDs went directly to the Crime Stoppers program. Today, the group performs around 30 shows a year at events across Texas, as well as events in Louisiana. They play for many different organizations, including volunteer fire departments, schools, festivals, as well as other Crime Stoppers organizations.
They don't make a penny off of doing this. They do this for the love of the music and for the love of Crime Stoppers and for the love of law enforcement. And they're truly amazing.
Tonight we recognize 5 men who have given unselfishly of their time and extraordinary musical talents to raise funds for Crime Stoppers and countless other organizations throughout East Texas for more than 30 years. Please welcome the Crime Stoppers Band. Kevin Mobley, Keith Lewing, Greg Denman, Alton Linderman, and Randy Stallard.
Hold this. We got one more.
One coming.
There he is. If he stays, we'll be fine.
We thank you very much. When we started this group, we had no expectation of winning any kind of an award, much less anything big as this. We were thinking Grammy. But our expectations have lowered since then. With anything like this, I mean, we volunteer our time, sure, but we couldn't do it without a whole bunch of people. And I'm sorry, Carl Ray, I got to do this. All of our, well, first off, without a doubt, we thank God for our abilities and the opportunities that we have to use them. We thank all the police chiefs that we've had since we began. They let us represent the police department and the city of Lufkin. They trust us with that, and we appreciate their trust on it. We want to thank Sheriff Sanchez, because when Alton changed uniforms and went to the sheriff's department, one of the stipulations was that he'd be allowed to play in the band, and Sheriff said, without a doubt, that'll happen. Personally, all the bosses and managers that I've had over the time since my retirement, they had the same thing. So thanks to them also. The Crime Stoppers Board of Directors, it's been a great thing to have them as a sponsor. They've helped us out a lot, as you saw with the sound equipment and purchasing a trailer for us to haul it around in. And all the ex-members of the band, each one of them brought in a different style or genre of music, and we learned from it. So thanks to all of them. But our biggest thanks has to go to Terry and Betty, Marilyn, Lori, and Vivian. Without their love and support, we've missed a lot of family events, so we appreciate all they do for us. So I'll wrap it up by just saying, as we do at the end of all of our band playings, check us out on Facebook, give us a like. If you have information about a crime, give Crime Stoppers a call, 639-TIPS. All calls are confidential, and you do not have to give your name. And at this point, you'll have to just pretend you're listening to music, because we usually do this with a musical thing. But on bass guitar, retired Sergeant Kevin Mobley. On Zen drum, keeping the beat for us, retired Supervisor Keith Lewing. On electric and acoustic guitar, Officer Randy Stallard. On electric guitar, retired Lieutenant and now Captain at the Angelina County Sheriff's Office, Alton Linderman Jr. And on keyboards and harmonicas, I'm retired Lieutenant Greg Denman. Put it all together and we formed a Crime Stoppers band. Thank you very much.
It's always fun when people that you consider friends win awards, and it was my honor to work with the Crime Stoppers Band for many years when I was at the city, and I'm thrilled that you were honored tonight. Congratulations again, and congratulations to all of our winners tonight. We would like to send, again, a special thanks to Josh Gentry and Sid Munlin with the City of Lufkin and Channel 15, as well as Jackie Zimmerman with Zimmerman Communications for their work on our annual videos. They did an incredible job. We would also like to acknowledge our diplomats and also the 2018-2019 Leadership Tomorrow class for their assistance with the banquet. Would you help me thank all of them? We could not do events like the Chamber Banquet without our sponsors. And once again, we thank Premier Kia. Thank you so much for being our premier sponsor. Thank you. CHI St. Luke's Health Memorial, Lockheed Martin, Vera Bank, formerly Citizens National, Southside Bank, Lee Trans, KTRE TV Channel 9, Soundtex, and Liza's Garden.
In September of 1919, a group of businessmen and merchants convened at the Elk Club Room in Lufkin, Texas. This would be known as the very first meeting of the Angelina County Chamber of Commerce. This 102-member organization's first projects would include working toward the purchase of a new sewer system from the Lufkin Sewer Corporation, organizing a building and loan association, and proposing paved streets, just to name a few. In 1948, the Chamber would change its name to the Lufkin-Angelina County Chamber of Commerce to encompass the surrounding counties. Over the years, the mission has evolved and today exists to advocate to improve economic prosperity and the business environment in our community. We are proud to stand beside numerous other organizations in our community who have or will soon celebrate their 100th anniversary and are proud to be a part of the strength and longevity we have in this community. Tonight, as our 99th annual Chamber Banquet concludes, we invite you to take steps with our staff as we journey into our 100th year as an organization. Please join us and walk through each decade and industry displays to see the amazing changes our incredible community has accomplished over the years. We hope that you are as proud as we are to live, work, and play in this community we call home.
I hope that you will join us and walk through 100 years of our incredible history as an organization, community, and county, and walk through our walking displays. You will be able to see these at every single event that you attend during our 100th anniversary. So please don't leave as you normally do and go out the back doors. Please start at the front with 1919 and journey all the way to 2019. We look forward to working with you, our investors, and we look forward to being your connector, your catalyst, and your champion. Good night.